Hey YouTube, it's Brian, Cody Bear Ranch. Got something on my mind. I've had it on my mind for quite some time now. Um, you watch the news and everything that's going on in the world, chaos, destruction, and it's mostly led by the U.S. I'm not trying to sound unpatriotic or anything like that, so take it for what it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt here. But I just, you got this dollar collapse that's going on. BRICS nations, you got everybody dumping US dollars. Um, I'm not a financial advisor. I want to stress that right now. You do what you want with your own money. Um, I was sitting there last night watching YouTube, some channels that I subscribe to, and some new ones, of course. I'm always looking for new channels. But somehow I came across these channels. Is it worth it? That was the title. Is it worth raising chickens? Is it worth raising goats? Is it worth raising cattle? And these guys, they go into detail and all that. I don't understand how how you can make a video like that. Is it worth it? Like I said, this is my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you have the same opinions. But, I think if you have the means, the yard or the property, I understand some people live in apartments and townhomes and stuff, and this, I hate to, call you guys out, but I guess this video is probably not for you. But if you got a yard, if you got somewhat of any yard, half acre, 1 acre, I would say it's definitely worth it. Let's just take out the clickbait, right at the beginning. It's definitely worth raising livestock. With the economy and the world we live in right now, being self-sufficient as much as possible, not relying on the government, not relying on subsidies and anything like that. If you're able to, if you have the means to produce your own food, whether it be gardens, livestock, poultry, goats, rabbits, why wouldn't it be worth it? That's what I didn't understand is the clickbait of is it worth it videos. I know everybody has their own views of things, and I'm not trying to change anybody's point of view here, but there's going to come a time in our near future, I believe, that those that have means to feed their families from their land are going to be the ones who thrive. My opinion, again, like I said, I'm not singling out or calling out anybody that don't have those means. I would suggest, if you watch this video and you like it, maybe look into it. Trying to find that 1/4 acre land, try to find that 1 acre, 5 acres, 10 acres, whatever you can afford. like I said, not financial advice or anything, but you got some of these people on there that are, you know, shilling gold and silver because it's pumping right now. I'm a fan of gold and silver, don't get me wrong. You know, you got people that it's God's money and it's been around for 5,000 years and all that sayings and stuff, but it's different nowadays, guys. It's controlled by the governments, by the banksters. It's controlled by these people that when they want it to go up, it'll go up. When they want it to go down, it'll go down. You know, a friend of mine said, you know, just imagine if Elon Musk tweeted out saying that instead of buying Bitcoin, he's buying silver. I said, that would never happen. He said, why not? I said, well, because then the price of silver would go up from the fear of missing out. And at the end of the day, that would hurt Elon Musk and Tesla because the price of silver would go up. And of course, we all know, you know, their vehicles have silver in them. So that's why you'll never see that. You know, you know, there is a passage in the Bible that says there will come a time that you will throw your gold and silver to the streets because it will be worthless. I never understood that until these days we live in now. What I can tell you, you will not throw in the streets will be your food, your vegetables, your beef, your poultry, your pork. You know, there's going to come a time that, and I hate to be doom and gloom here, guys, but I see the writing on the wall. There's going to come a time that gold, that silver, that Bitcoin, that US dollar is just going to be just worthless. I mean, what is the one thing everybody needs to survive? Food and water. So getting back to all these videos about, is it worth it to raise chickens? You know, is it worth it to raise hogs? Is it worth it to raise goats? You know, my opinion is yes. Yeah, it takes some upfront money. You know, you got to build pens and stalls and feed and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's worth it. You know, it's worth having a garden. It's peace of mind is what it is. You know, not just economy wise, but natural disaster. I mean, you've got all these things that could happen, and it, you know, it's just, I don't know. So, you know, like I said, I was thinking about that for the past few days, and you know, I was on YouTube last night, and all these guys just, is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know, so I just went down the rabbit hole a little bit, and I just kind of see what they were talking about, and I'd say 75% of them, they agree with me. It is worth it, you know, but at the end of the day, it was clickbait videos. That's all it was to it, but you know, there's a lot happening behind the scenes that most don't know about, most ain't told about, and I'm one of them. Don't get me wrong, I do my own research. You know, I don't watch the news to get my news. Basically, you know, I follow, you know, what CEOs and what, you know, corporations and stuff like that, what they're doing. You know, you've got massive layoffs happening at companies that you would think wouldn't be you know, massive layoffs. But I think we're heading into the heading into some real hard times, and I hate for people to find out at the last minute the hard way. Um, you know, so if this video helps just one person, you know, to make that step, you know, it's like, okay, I've got some savings, I've got some 401k. Maybe I should go ahead and jump on this piece of property, or this, you know, maybe a new home that has some property. You know, maybe this is the right time to do that. I said, I'm not a financial advisor. You do what you want with your own money. I just give you my opinion. But, you know, you got some people on there saying it's too late. You know, if you don't have all these things in place now, you know, you already missed the boat, and that's nonsense. It's never too late. It's never too late for anything. So, you know, you're sitting on a pile of gold, pile of silver, pile of cryptocurrency or something. You know, like I said, I am a fan of all that. But I did liquidate, I'd say 99% of everything I owned when it comes to gold, silver, and cryptocurrency, so I can get what I have now. And, you know, I didn't lose that money, of course. You know, I transferred it, you know, from one asset to another. But, you know, maybe now's the time to go ahead and part ways with some of it, you know, most of it, to get self-sustainable, where you're not reliant on anything but your two hands, and of course keeping your animals healthy and stuff like that. You know, and there's tons of videos, tons of books to help you in animal husbandry. You know, you can, you know, there's no excuse for somebody saying, well, I don't know how to raise chickens, or I don't know how to raise goats. You know, I don't know how to raise rabbits, you know, which one of the easiest things to raise is chickens and rabbits. Tons of books, tons of videos, tons of everything to help you get started. You know, I wasn't the most knowledgeable person growing up. You know, I had livestock on and off, you know, but you know, I'm still learning every day about it. But like I said, I just, you know, it's been on my mind. You know, I got a lot of people that are telling me, you know, hey, we're looking for land right now. We can't find it. You know, we can't find it. It's like, keep looking. You will. Just keep looking. You know, check out your local towns. You know, check out your crime reports around the areas, and, you know, check out the poverty level. You know, most of y'all, you know, been here for a while. Y'all seen my last property up in Texas Hill Country. It's night and day compared to what I have now. You know, here I am. I'm in the big thicket, South Texas. You know, this is what I was raised around. Don't get me wrong. I was pretty much raised around Southeast Texas, you know, but, you know, quite like, you know, other people, you know, I was looking for a different scenery. You know, it's like, you know, I always loved the Texas Hill Country. You know, we took a weekend trip up there, drove around, found some land, and I bought it. And you know, I only had that property for 3 years, um, but you know, something was telling me, you know, that this is not the property you need or you want. You know, yeah, I had plenty of wildlife, you know, wild game, stuff like that. But you couldn't grow gardens up there. You know, I'd have to do raised beds, and at least in the area I was in, uh, you know, it wasn't good, suitable for growth for gardens. You know, one, you had to worry about the wildlife. I mean, you know, it was wide open spaces, but good Lord, there was a lot of deer in there. A lot of deer, a lot of hog, a lot of turkey. And I just imagine getting a garden in the ground up there and coming out one morning and have 50 axis deer just demolished it, you know, or hogs demolished it overnight. You know, so I talked to my wife. It's like, okay, hey, let's sell this, you know, and let's go to where we're native, you know, let's go what we're used to, you know. But like I said, I just wanted to put out a quick video about the economy and what I think's everything's heading to. Um, I don't see any sunshine on the horizon, not for some time. You know, you got the whole Trump issue. That's distractions. It's all distractions. Now the river's up. It looks like my minnow bucket done floated to the other side. Yeah, I'll get that. It's tied off. Something over there at least. But you got all these distractions going on in the media, you know, and they're not telling you what you need to hear. You know, they think they're telling you what you want to hear with drag queen shows and Trump being arrested and you know all that stuff. But I think hard times are coming, guys. Um, Prepare yourself, prepare your families for what's coming. Um, Now I hope I'm wrong. You know, I really do. Like I said, this ain't a doom and gloom channel by all means. Um, we're pretty happy people. We love life. Uh, we're starting this new adventure. You know, for those that, you know, this is the first time watching. You know, I'm trying to start a first generation ranch here. I want to leave all this to my children and grandchildren, great grandchildren, great great grandchildren. You know, that's my goals. You know, is to leave behind something. You know, other than a memory. You know, I've got my kids, my grandkids. You know, in the future, I've got one grandkid, but the rest of them, you know, I hope we're all going to be fishing off of this bank right here. And I hope one day that they come, they'll remember it. You know, say, hey, me and your great grandpa used to fish right here. You know, and that goes back to buying land, whether it be raw land, whether it be something with an established house or something, just something you can pass along. You know, this country we live in is we're all consumers. We just consume, rent. You know, everybody rents versus owns nowadays. Yeah, I saw a commercial on TV that says, you know, renting can help raise your credit score. It's like, really? Dang. But you know, get something, you know, that you can leave behind. You're not going to be able to leave that apartment, that rent house, anything like that behind to your kids or grandkids. Um, And I understand some people just don't have the means for that right now, but work at it, set goals. Like I said, it's not too late. You know, if you got anything saved up, just start looking. Start looking. You might come across owner finance. That the owner's willing to take a few $1,000s down or something. If you can't afford that 150 acres or something like that, start small. Just start small and build from there. And who knows? It could be 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, and your value of your land doubled or even tripled. Like my ranch did up in West Texas. And then it's like, hey, I can sell this now and get out of debt and buy my new property and pay cash. It happens every day. Back to is it worth it videos. Yes, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it to go out there and gather your own eggs every day. To butcher your own chickens, to slaughter your own hogs, to fish out of your own creek. I mean, I know not everybody's going to be able to get something with the creek. There's more land in creeks, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. There might be more creeks than land. I'm not sure, but start small if you have to. Start somewhere. Like I said, search your areas. Pick on the map. Okay, I like this area. I like to live here. Then go down the rabbit hole. Find out everything you can about the town, the history, everything you can. And if it meets all your expectations or whatever, then all right. Let me make some phone calls on this land for sale. They ain't making no more land. I know everybody's probably heard that, but it is very, very true. They're always going to make gold. They're always going to make silver. And some people argue with me and say, "Oh, it's mined and all that." I understand that, but there's so many places they haven't tapped into. So, and like I said, artificially suppressed values. Oh, the dogs just saw me. They ain't making no more land, guys. Get out there, start a homestead. If that's what you want to do. If you're watching this channel, then apparently you got some interest in it. So, get out there, start a homestead, start raising some livestock, start your gardens. I said it ain't all gonna be beer and Skittles. It's tough work and tough learnings, and we've already had our shares of ups and downs out here. We ain't even been out here long, but they're here. Yeah, just get out there and start it. Start your search. Start looking. Maybe you don't have to be in the boat of selling 90% of everything you own to start a new life. Maybe you have the capital. Maybe you have the savings accounts to do it, but you're just waiting or you're scared. That's the biggest fear, is a biggest issue when it comes to something like this. Is it worth it? Is it am I going to fail? Blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you right now, it's worth it. My opinion, it's worth it. Well, all right, YouTube. I'm going to let y'all go at this point. We got a lot of rain setting in. I figured I'd come out here at the during a little break here. Between rainstorms and everything like that, but I'll I'll see you on the next one. And, you know, if you like this video and this is your first time here, you know, like and subscribe. There's a lot to come, you know. And if you know, you just want to learn a little bit more and kind of watch my success and failures out here, that's fine with me. Because there's going to be a lot of it. And I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna document everything. You know, this whole YouTube channel is kind of like a documentation, you know, for my first generation ranch here, you know. And if YouTube's still around in the future, you know, if everything don't go dark and all that good stuff, you know, then my grandchildren and great grandchildren could watch it and say, wow, that looks totally different now, you know, whether it be 20, 30 years from now, you know, they look at the land that I'm filming right now, and, you know, it's just documentation. Alright, YouTube, I'm just kind of rambling on here. Like I said, I've been stir crazy in the house. It's been raining, and I figured I'd come out and do a little video. But, alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.